This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Not all heroes are how they are in the storybooks. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare here with a bonus episode of Front Mission 2 Remake. In this episode, we're doing bonus mission number 2. So in the game, there's 2 bonus missions: one where you help the people across the border, and 2 where we deal with a very specific unit. Although, well, for the remake, unfortunately, things have been changed. Now, to get this to occur, you have to do the Raven side quest, and unlocking it sets up the next precedent. Because it sets up and mentions references to the first game as well as other games in the series. So to get the Raven, we have to you have to run into the old man before mission 6 and do the objectives to unlock the Huffman website, Cicada, and check in behind the Cicada that mentions the Raven, which acquires it. And also have Rocky talk to his friend Geney about the mines and him losing his limbs to that. So if you do that and you leave the arena after acquiring the Raven, the second mission will start. Hello, Rocky. I have another letter for you from Mailman Malone. It's from Geney. There you go. What a day. If you excuse me, I have a date with a drink. See ya. ... What is it about this time? Read it, Rocky. Yeah. By the time this letter reaches you, I'll be long gone. I forgot what voice I gave him. By the time this letter reaches you, I'll be long gone. Please don't be sad. Everyone who clears landmines ends up like this one day. I feel that I have finally made amends to all those who died from the landmines I planted. So don't be sad for me, please. Do you remember a guy named Crow? A long time ago, we brought him before a military tribunal and sent him to prison. He's the one who put landmines in the suburbs and killed countless civilians. He recently escaped during a prison riot. I caught up with him, but in the end, he got the better of me. I couldn't find all the landmines he planted. Now that I think about it, he probably showed me to lure me into his trap. He's still holding a grudge against us. He's hiding somewhere near Dhaka. Don't go near him. He's now better than I ever was. P.S. I miss our time together. Those are the best days of my life. If only I could only go back. So he's dead? Geney. Despite his injuries, he kept going. Rocky! Could you give me some space for a while? Sure, we'll be in the hideout. Geney. Crow, that bastard. Oh, man. Well, we better leave and head on to the next destination, right? I want revenge. Oh, okay. Well, I'm trying to remember if there's anything else dialogue-wise that's around here, so I was just checking. What do you have to say, Malone? Nothing like a drink after a hard day's work. Yeah. Okay. Let's go talk to Ash. Let's just get on with the quest, shall we? About Geney, how are you feeling? I need a little more time. Rocky, don't do anything stupid. Alright, fine. Well, let's leave. Geney, I will avenge you. Hey, you're not gonna do this by yourself, are you? You weren't gonna go off without telling us, were you? Come on, you should know better than that. You too. Why? Do you know how many years we've been together? I know how you think, Rocky. Thank you, guys. Come on, we're friends after all. Your enemies are our enemies too. Right, we'll take out that Crow guy together. Alright, let's go. Are you ready? No. Well, okay, we'll head on when we're done setting up your equipment. Yeah, we should set up your equipment because this one's going to be a little bit challenging. We've only got the 3 of the party members to do this, so... Alright, let's go set up really quick. So, if you've gotten the Raven, I would go ahead and put the Raven on someone. In this case, I'm going to put it on Thomas because we're going to be using him. So just swap out to the Raven. The Raven's a really good, crazy good mech. So swap it. Yeah, the arm he uses is better than any weapon we've currently got right now anyway. So, and we might as well swap out the... oh yeah, by the way, you can't actually use the... this current armor, the only problem with the Raven equipment is that you can't use a shield or shoulder weapons with it. So that's the only challenge with this fight. So, but I want to show it off anyway, so. I might equip just a different arm in the future, just so I can have a shield on it, but yeah. The Raven's still a really good mech though, overall. Now, the one thing you might want to do is change your computer if you've got well, you don't have to do this if you know what you're doing, but I'm going to show it anyway. So if you ever got the Isthmus computer a while back, there's a setting on it called Detect Mine. A very few times in the game where you actually have to deal with mines. And this is one of the few times we actually do that. So if you set it to detect mine, we'll actually be able to see mines in this game. Now, with the original game, seeing mines was really easy. In this game, because of the visualities of things and where things are placed, it's actually kind of hard to see, but I'll show you what the difference is when we get to it. Other than that, I would just make sure everyone's stocked and ready to go. Make sure Thomas, Rocky, and Roswell are built properly for what's coming up ahead. But anyway, let's leave. And let's deal with the canyon, or let's deal with the crows themselves, whoever they are. Great, let's go to avenge Geney. Alright, secret mission number 2 begin. As we head to a forest on the outskirts of the capital. A temperate climate throughout the year makes it a perfect environment for growing and harvesting trees. The Geney also runs alongside it, providing the soil with abundant nutrients. That seems like a pretty nice area, but seems secretly dangerous. Rocky, is Crow really gonna show up here? Yeah. Geney's letter mentioned that he's apparently hiding near the capital. This is a good spot to do that. Yeah, I guess this would be a good ambush point, I guess. Huh? There's a monster in the shadow over there. Roswell, stop. What is it, Rocky? You scared me. Look at this. Doe! Mines. A landmine! Well, the letter talked about clearing mines and stuff like that, so... so close. You have good instincts, Rocky. Just like we thought. Yeah. Crow. You put me in prison. Do you know what their food tastes like? It's animal fodder. I've been waiting a long time for this day. For the day I can get even with you. You deserve jail. I didn't do anything. You fucking sent me to jail for deploying landmines. Civilians died because of you. They were innocent people. Unfortunately, that happens in war all the time. Like I said, in Vietnam, they're still clearing out landmines to this day. If I deserve jail for that, then you OCU guys deserve the death sentence. What do you mean? How many civilians have died thanks to your pretend revolution, huh? Oh, collateral damage is avoidable, right? Such a unavoidable, such a pitiful excuse. Ultimately, we're no different. Yet, despite that, you treated me like the enemy. I'll blow your fucking heads off. You'll be back in prison soon enough. Rocky, calm down. I don't think he's alone. Yeah, I don't see anything on the radar, but something's off. Ugh, you noticed, huh? I was gonna wait until you came closer to unleash them. What are you talking about? What the? Nuts. He has a crew with him. Like gosh darn Jack-in-the-Boxes. Actually, now that there's cursing in this game. Like goddamn Jack-in-the-Boxes. Too late for that. Kill him. Alright, it's battle time against Crow himself. Now that we've gone about this, now the name Crow, and let's look at his allies. The Crow team. Now, does this remind you of anyone in the Front Mission universe? Well, this guy is supposed to be Royd Clive, the hero of Front Mission 1. Legitimately, he is supposed to be Clive. However, in the remake, they decided to make him a generic character called Crow. Now, it's a controversial take in this game that Royd Clive, the hero from the first game, would end up becoming like a kind of a killer. Well, he's a killer because in the games you kill other people. But what I mean is he becomes kind of a villain. Now, in the American version of Front Mission 1, Royd Clive was seen as kind of a knight in shining armor trying to save the world from the war that the Second Amendment conflict created and all that by defeating Driscoll and all that other stuff. In the original Japanese translation and advanced translations, Royd Clive is a bit more of a gray area type of character. He's prone to violence, anger. He fought Driscoll because of what happened to his girlfriend / wife Karen, because her brain was taken out and put in a mech to pilot. So, you know, he'd be kind of pissed off. But in the explanation for his attitude changing to this is explained. There's a couple of side novels that explain what happens to Royd Clive in between the games. Royd also makes an appearance in 2089, as well as I need to look at his references really quick. Sorry, he pops up in a couple times in the franchise outside of the first game. He never becomes the main character again, but he does become a side character in some of the later games. So let me look it up really quick. So yeah, a little bit of history for those who are curious. Okay, so all right, Roy Clive. He appears in. He's mentioned multiple times. Like we fought that like fake guy in a previous mission who was just using Roy Clive's name for the purposes of, like just Cloud, the hero of Hoffman or whatever. So anyway, yeah, Crow. He appears in 2089 at the Borders of Madness. He also appears in 2089 2. He also appears in Front Mission Online, and he also appears in Front Mission First, which I played before this. But yeah, he's a side character in 2089 and 2089 2. And Front Mission Online, you can run across them too. I never played Front Mission Online, so I actually don't know much about that at all. So you'll forgive me about that because I was Japanese only or whatever. But yeah, basically Royd joins. It basically gets his Canyon Crows basically keep fighting wars around the world, and at some point he gets captured, and some people in him convince him to join their cause, and he decides to help them with it. But he goes because of the influence of war and everything. Crow kind of eventually devolved slower and slower into being able to just kill people without anything. So he becomes more, I wouldn't say he glorifies war, but he definitely goes more crazy. And he ends up at this point in this game with Rocky putting him in jail because of his landmines killing innocent civilians, even though armies do that all the time. Now the thing is it just Royd by himself? Well, his two allies are supposed to be here. So this guy, he has just a generic portrait. However, in the original game, this is supposed to be Ryuji Sakata, the son of Sakata from the first game, who ended up trying to, with Driscoll, to try to make the mechs with brains inside, and that's where all the controversy with Sakata came from. You know, where the Ravens were created and stuff like that. And he ends up joining Royd during that game and becoming loyal to him. But yeah, he also appears in Front Mission 2089 2. So he doesn't appear in the first 2089. He appears in this game, Front Mission First as obviously a party member, and Front Mission Online. And this is supposed to be him right here. However, since in the remake they decided to censor that or remove that reference, I don't know why. I guess it's controversial that a main character would become a villain later on, with no explanation, because you do have to read extended material to find out why Royd becomes like this. But Sakata's here because he just believes in Royd, so he follows him wherever he goes, and they're typical mercenaries. So but anyway, another character that joins the group is this guy. However, he's obviously a generic Crow member. However, he is supposed to be Keith Carabel. He's the guy with the cigar in the first game. He appears in 2089. He appears in Front Mission First. He appears in Front Mission Online. He also appears in Front Mission 5, The Scars of War. I will do that one day, folks. Everyone keeps telling me to play it. I will do it. I've just been waiting to do all the other games first in the series before getting to it. But Carabel does survive this encounter here to end up in Front Mission 5. Quite a few characters end up in Front Mission 5, actually, as references or playable characters. But yeah, he's also a Canyon Crow that works for Royd in this game. But yeah, since if you're playing the original game of this version, there's a lot more context to Royd and everything. But yeah, in this game, he's just a generic character that plays landmines, which is kind of disappointing. But anyway, if you have the detect mine capabilities, yeah, you see those right there? Those are mines. So anytime you step on them, your legs instantly get destroyed. So if you want to finish this mission as fast as you can, if you defeat Crow, all his allies will run away. Although it takes forever for them to run off the field, but they will run away if he dies. So if you really want to, we could just go across the map, avoid all the mines, and get to Crow. Crow will retreat like back here, and then as soon as we defeat him, all his allies will run away. And the reason you might want to do this is you don't gain experience in this battle at all. It's a side quest, so unfortunately no extra experience. Now if you don't have the landmines and you don't want to quit the Isthmus computer, just basically just follow where the villain or the enemies are, and you won't run into any mines. I just want to show what mines look like. But yeah, do you see how hard it was to see those things on the map? And it only happens you can only see it if you're next to the mines too. See where the mine was? I can't see it anymore. I think in the original game you could see the mines all over the map, and you knew where they were because they flashed and blinked, telling you where their locations was. But in this game, you can barely see where they are. It's almost pointless to quit the ability. So yeah, I don't know if that's a conscious decision on the game maker's part, or if that was a bug or something, like it's supposed to flash. I don't know. This version of this game is buggy, like I said. But anyway, let's defeat the Canyon Crows for their military crimes. But yeah, it is I kind of wish they left in the original reference, despite, I think the reason they did that is in Front Mission 1, they used the American version of the translation, which Royd is a white knight character. You know, he wants to save the world, you know, obviously still get revenge for Karen, but he wants to do it honorably. But in the original games franchise, he gets corrupted by war and influenced by others that turns him into a guy who's willing to plant mines no matter where, even if poor civilians get hurt. I think that's more interesting of a turn, don't you think, viewers? But unfortunately, we have to go with the English translation of this. Well, actually, technically, Storm Trident is a Polish company, I believe. But anyway, yeah. So we can kind of go a little overboard with our weapons just because of we're not gonna get experience from these guys. So. Alright, let's take a risk. Nice. Yeah, these guys are going to go down pretty easily. This actually isn't a very tough fight. Like all time, surround him. Dunk is a... They also use Roswell to make sure their AP gets... Well, okay, if he blocks it. But anyway, he uses AP to knock him down. Yeah, look at that. Ow. Almost one-shot him. If he had critted him, he would have finished him off. There we go. There goes Sakata. That's who it is, by the way. I mean, I already mentioned that, but... Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of actually annoyed that they decide to remove Royd's reference here. Because Royd is mentioned multiple times in this game. Like Royd, like the guy at the arena. And then Lisa runs across some information about Royd. Because, you know, this isn't too much longer after the second Huffman conflict, and Royd is considered the hero of Huffman for defeating Driscoll and all that, and getting the information that would help the war end faster. But like I said, not all heroes. Well, what's the line? You start as a hero and you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So yeah, pretty much. Oh well. Yeah, I don't have very much more to say, but I'm just severely disappointed. I really wish they'd kept with the original references. Yeah, I'm not a fan of censoring. I feel like we should... I mean, war changes people. It's happened before. You know, vets come back from war and they become, you know, because of PTSD or whatever, they become violent and aggressive, you know. No fault of their own or whatever, but... Well, yeah, sort of. But yeah, it's just like it's kind of, wars are definitely a gray area, you know. I don't know why it's called Secret Stage 63 in this version of the game. There's only two secret missions in the game at all. So nice. Hell, you're done for. I mean, we do have some pretty good weaponry by this point, so. Kind of, you know, unfortunately, I haven't actually read all the extended material for the franchise, so I don't know what happened to, like, not Karen, the other Canyon Crows that helped you. So, I couldn't tell you on that. It's been forever since I've, like, read the material, the background stuff of my front mission. Now, as I said, 2089, I played that so long ago, that I had to use help on that one because at the time it wasn't translated, so I had to use, like, notes and stuff like that to play the game. So I didn't get all the callbacks and everything like that in it. It's an interesting game, to say the least. Maybe I'll play it one day, but most people really want me to play Front Mission 5. So now that I've done all the mainline series, I probably will. Probably the next game of the franchise will be 5, unless people want me to redo the first game. Whoops, I forgot there was a mine there. My bad. Oh well, I could just restore my legs. Yeah, it automatically destroys your legs, so. Oh, well, not, like I said, not a big deal. I'll just heal it. So, yeah, I forgot there was mines there. Yeah, no matter how much HP you've got, you automatically lose all the HP in your legs if they get hit by the mine. And because another reason why I would have liked to have seen Royd here is because there's an extra cutscene if you with Royd, but they cut that out of this version of the game. So this is what happens when you make every single. Well, it's like a good explanation of like the change in character is Goku from Dragon Ball Z. And the American version he's seen is like this like almost superhero Superman type of character where he's like super powerful but he's super nice. Yeah, he's a little dumb, but he generally wants to help people and all this other stuff. But in the original translation of the game or show series, Goku just likes fighting. He's kind of more neutral. He just happens to fight villains who want to destroy the Earth, and he doesn't want to destroy it because, you know, there's food there and like his wife or whatever. But it's not like it's not some grand thing that he's trying to save the world, you know. It just happens to coincide that he likes fighting and there's powerful guys, so he wants to beat them, you know, that type of thing. And that's it. So that's the difference between like maybe the English versions or Westernized versions as opposed to the Eastern versions of characters. They tend to be a bit more different from the Western versions of characters. I mean, sometimes it's fine, but other times I'm like, I kind of wish they kept with the original concept of the character. Just to make it more interesting, but you know, whatever. But yeah, the problem is that this guy's basically just a generic, like, you know, villain, and it's just kind of boring. It's kind of, I mean, yeah, you could see it as basically, really, come on. I might as well heal my... I guess I'll refill my cannon stuff. It doesn't cost that much to refill anyway, so... Alright, there goes generic guy. It's kind of weird, and story-wise, it's very crazy that the fact that 3 characters from Front Mission 2 are able to basically defeat half of the Canyon Crows by themselves. So, but hey, that's RPGs for you. By the way, where's that bastard Geney? Ugh. I forgot what voice I gave. I think I gave Cicada the Dude Bro voice. Boss, he's the one you fucked up recently. Oh, right. Oh, the guy that lost his legs on one of my landmines? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I gave him the Southern voice for the other guy. If he couldn't detect one of your landmines, he probably didn't have much of a career ahead of him anyway, do you think, boss? Huh, you got it. So, whatever happened to that guy? This is disgusting. You guys know how much Geney had to suffer? I don't think that's in the original dialogue, I think, but still. And when we finish the mission, I'll go over a little bit more about, like, Rocky in general. Most people have a pretty good idea of like Rocky's character in general, but I'll basically mention it specifically for those who are curious. It's pretty obvious when I tell you about Rocky, but in most Western media it tends to be either kind of shoved or shoveled. Actually, even in Eastern media, it's kind of the same. But I mean, it doesn't change anything. It's just one of those things that people might be curious about. There's actually a pretty decent amount of geo protection spots around here. Oh yeah, I should have got over the enemies. Whoops. Oh well, whatever. These guys aren't much of a threat either way, so oh yeah, let's go over this guy. Kafir M3, he's level 17, 20 is short stat. He's got critical level 1. He's got no resistances. He's got Clavier machine gun, anti-fire, fire ant flamer, and SN20 shield. This guy this guy here has a Kafir as well. 16, 20 is long stat, critical level 1. He's got Gren's rifle, hard blow, and thrush missile. And his short stat is 12. And then we got Mr. Crow himself. He's got a robust 2A, no elemental resistance, level 18, 21 fight, 15 short, 11 long. He's got critical, level 2, and arm first 1. You'd think the hero from the first game would have a ton more stats. But anyway, he's got left arm is State 30 shotgun. He's got the Alchemia rifle, and he's got SN35 shield. the other characters that join your team, or that were fighting with them. Sorry, I want to go over their stats really quick. I have them written down here. The guy who's supposed to be Sakata was level 17. He had 2 huge Buster Knuckles equipped, SN20 shields, normal armor, so no resistances. He was level 17. He had 20 in his fight stat, 13 in his short stat, 10 in his long stat, and he has the critical ability. And then the guy who was Keith Carabel was level 17 as well. Also had huge Knuckles, same shield. I think it's the same build. Yeah, same stats. So, alright, wait, sorry about that. I should have gone over those earlier, but I wasn't. I was just kind of just going through the motions at this point, because this fight actually isn't that difficult. Might move you back just so, let's see, because you're close enough now. What's your move range? Yeah, 2, so. Just because it would be easier to charge into him, so. Wasn't sure I was going to move. I always keep thinking they're going to move in a straight line, but that's not how they work. But luckily, you know, because of the mobility of the Raven, we can move pretty far, so. And I'm not really going to be able to. I could always try to get rid of his, try to get him panicked at least. Yeah, didn't get him panicked. Oh well. Now we got panicked. Yeah. Ooh. Although the Raven has pretty good armor and everything like that, so him not having a shield doesn't hurt us too badly. But I prefer having shields, so I'll probably swap out this arm for another arm, just so I can actually equip the shield on it. That's the only weakness of the Raven, is you can't equip shields. I heal him maybe. Oh yeah, I need to get your missiles restored. Ow. Yeah, I'll definitely have to heal him after this. Could just move him back and you got like no flare, man. Crow should be going after us now. Oh, I should have punched him. I don't know why I didn't do that. I thought Royd was attacking us. Sorry, Crow. Because technically, in this version of the game, he is Crow. He is just a generic mercenary that has no ties to the Canyon Crows at all. I said, makes it kind of boring, to tell you the truth. Alright, let's start hitting him with the missiles and stuff like that. It's still weird the hero of the first game getting beaten by three dudes. It's kind of insane, really, when you think about it. Ow. That's the only weird thing about this, for me personally. I always expect... Well, it's because I always expect these heroes to have like really high levels or whatever, or have enough experience to not be just taken out like that easily. But the thing is, these guys are, despite everything, this game is supposed to be semi-real world. So it makes sense that a character could either just get killed or beaten by a couple of guys just because of just things, you know. All right, we'll have Rocky finish him off. So. Since there's nothing he can do. But yeah, if you beat Crow first, everyone would run away. But which would be easier just because you don't get experience in this battle being a side quest, so I kinda wish you could get experience on side quest missions, but oh well. I guess that's the difficulty of the game. At least the original version of the game was pretty difficult. Definitely harder than the first game by far. Because the first game had some difficulty, but there were easier ways to grind levels or use chafe grenades or whatever to easily win battles, which I did when I did play the game myself. Damn it, Rocky! You and I, what we do isn't so different. People like you would never understand, even if you were dead. It's over. Now, I think in the original version, let me go over the notes here, my notes here really quick. See, okay. Okay, so there's an extra section in the original. This might be from the books as well, but there's an extra section where Royd says he's finding himself losing to the trio. Royd orders his teammates to get in touch with the others right now. Agitated at the lack of response, Royd asks his teammates what's going on. Upon hearing bad news at their base of operations, Roy curses his luck. He wonders why fate hates him so much. Realizing that the Canyon Crows aren't so fearsome as they thought, Thomas, Rocky, and Roswell decide to eradicate Roy and his mercenary outfit for good. When Roy's Wanzer is nearly destroyed and caught up in flames, the mercenary warns Rocky that even if he dies, the cycle of madness will carry on. Roy dies laughing maniacally as Rocky reminds us he is no hero, that he is just another terrorist. And that's the end of Royd Clive and the Front Mission franchise. Yeah, kind of a sad ending to a once hero character. Well, once character who was a main character at one point. And it's over. Yeah, Geney, it's over. Geney, is hope you seeing this? Okay. Hope he's seeing this. Yeah, he can definitely see us. Geney, we're gonna protect your buddy. You can sit back and just watch. I'm sorry, both of you. Trying to act alone. It's all good. All's well that ends well. Next time, just give me a heads up, okay, buddy? Thanks, both of you. Actually, this is probably my favorite group in the game is Thomas, Rocky, and Roswell. They just have such a friend dynamic. Kind of reminds me of the group from Front Mission 4. You know, that was actually I preferred that group over the EC campaign in that one as well. So they just have the camaraderie and everything like that. So, alrighty, let's call it a day and grab a drink. What you say? It's on me this time. Yeah, you got it. But Ash and the others will get mad if we aren't back soon. Don't worry about it. Are you sure? Hey, if it ends well, then all's well that ends well, huh? Exactly. With that, the Canyon Crows are destroyed. Rocky avenges a friend, and we get charged for this mission because we don't earn money from it. Yay! Well, it wasn't that much damage. Although I do have to buy more item equipment after this, so. Alright, back to town. Alright, and to finish the campaign, and for those who are on this mission, you can head to the well, not right now. If you're going, let's invite everyone. So, if you're going on this is before mission 25, which you go on the subway to go to the next objective, but. Alright, let's talk to Ash to finish this side quest. Huh? Where'd you three go? Oh, we stepped out for a bit. Where to? Rocky? Roswell? Yeah, just stepped out. Yeah, out. Huh, you're all acting a little peculiar. So you all look kind of relaxed. After murdering a bunch of people, but is that so? And that's it for the side quest. Now, for those who are curious, have you ever wondered throughout the game, for those who play the game, why Rocky seems to, like, really try to get close to Ash more than a friendship? Well, it's considered official. No people actually straight out say it, but it's considered Rocky is into men specifically, and he finds Ash quite attractive, but in the game, it never goes anywhere further than that. It's one of those kind of like, you know it's there, but it's never straight up told you in the game. So, just like, I think it's supposed to be in the original game, I believe the reason for that is other than, I don't think it's for any sense of like trying to like add something to the game different, but it's supposed to be a take on in the army, if you were into that type of thing, if that was your thing, then it was a, like in America, there was a don't ask, don't tell type of situation going on. So it was kind of a taboo at the time. So it was kind of a take on that. Whatever your feelings on that, that's just how it is. But I don't think there's much more in that in terms of rocking the rest of the game, but I thought I'd mention it for those who are curious about that. But anyway, that's it for the side quest on Rocky getting revenge on the Canyon Crows and Roy Clive's descent into madness and death in the series, if you play at least the original game anyway. But well, I hope you enjoyed this little side quest and all the information I could give you on it and how to get it. So, and after that, you just go to the subway and go back with the main game. But we'll leave it off there. So hope you enjoyed this side quest. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.